Chapter 379. Girls' Breakfast. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The sun rises in Argerim while the birds sing in Eglia, the Fox. Clan main village. Again, many curious people gather in front of the house of Lor, Anne's mother. I really saw Queen Eve enter Lor's house with many other beautiful ladies. A woman points to the house. The other people, mostly young women, make curious expressions. One of them nods. Yes, I have seen those women too before. They came with that divinely handsome man. When talking about Lucien, the eyes of all those women shine with expectation. One of them steps forward and comments. I heard that he is Queen Eve's brother. Really? Many of them ask. You have no idea. A charming young fox. Boy speaks. I heard from one of his troops that he is the handsome devil, the king of Port Green. Also, he rules this whole continent alongside Queen Eve. A young woman looks at Lor's house. What about that other beautiful ladies? Who are they? His harem, of course. The young boy responds while his eyes sparkle with jealousy, not of Lucien but of his wives and every other woman in his life. How do you know so much about them? A mature woman asks. The young boy smiles. I was in a tavern so far listening to stories about him from some of his troops. They drank all night praising their master's achievements and even explained how all his more than 2,000 soldiers are also part of his harem, just from the lower layer, like maids and concubines. There is no way to please a harem that big alone. The woman shakes her head in disapproval. He may be the most beautiful man in the world, but he is still only frustrating the needs of these poor women. You're talking shit. The boy makes an upset expression. You should go to the tavern and listen to those women describing in detail how he fucks 100 women in a few hours non-stop. Really? Again, many girls ask as they begin to imagine that scene. More people start to gather around that boy to hear stories about Lucien while that crowd just gets bigger. Interesting things rarely happen in the Fox. Clan lately, so people can't sleep while they are so curious about the visitors. Most of those people whisper and talk softly, but that group of so many voices starts to make a lot of noise on the street in front of Lor's house. So, when they are all very focused on those conversations and trying to see what's going on inside the house, the door abruptly opens. Bam! The loud sound of Lor's house door hitting the wall catches everyone's attention, startling them. A beautiful young woman leaves Lor's house and walks towards that group of people while her eyes seem to be on fire. The air seems to burn while everyone can feel a sensation of anger coming from that woman, and they instinctively start to step back in fear. You guys look like good people, Donna comments while her sharp and long side teeth look like fangs. Then she glares angrily at the charming young fox. Boy. But, damn. Do you have anything else to do? I'm trying to eat my breakfast in peace, but you guys keep talking about how my brother fucks hundreds of women over and over. The fact that Donna is saying that Lucien is her brother would shock everyone, but now they are too scared of her fury to notice that. The big red axe appears in Donna's hand, and she hits the ground, spiking it in the street. Then she looks at everyone in that crowd. I'm going to leave this here for a minute, and when I get back, I'm going to use it to cut off the head of anyone who keeps in less than a mile from here. When Donna turns and walks back to the house, all those people run away in different directions. They don't know who she is, but they definitely don't want to disturb the breakfast of a person who looks more frightening than Queen Eve. While desperately trying to get away from Lor's cause, those people warn other curious people that going there is not a good idea right now. Donna enters Lor's house and tries to close the door but notices that it is slightly crooked and does not close properly. It is evident that she broke the door by opening it that brute way. In the living room of the house, most of Lucien's wives are having breakfast at the table while Lor is standing beside it, holding a tray of fried eggs that and has just cooked. Everyone looks at Donna with shocked or funny expressions while Eve continues to eat an apple. She, like all their siblings, is already used to Donna's intense personality. In fact, Eve also couldn't help but hear people talking in front of the house due to her very powerful senses. There is no way to hear about the sexual adventures of their little brother being a good topic to talk about at breakfast. Donna is not embarrassed by that scene but by damaging the door of Lore's house. She messes up her own hair while making a sorry expression. Sorry about the door, I'll fix it. Lore doesn't know if she finds that reaction more frightening or funny. She puts the egg tray on the table and quickly approaches Donna, takes her hand, and leads her to sit at the table again. Don't worry about that, my husband will fix it later. Now I want you to have a good breakfast. Donna's embarrassed expression instantly disappears as she sits down at the table and smiles at the wide variety of food on it. I'm starving. She comments as she starts to put fruits, cookies, fried eggs, and many other things on her plate. Lore smiles as she is happy that Lucien's sisters and wives look comfortable in her humble house. She wouldn't bother to please Queen Eve that much before, but now they are part of her family, and she wants them to feel the best possible in her home. Is there anything you want me to prepare? Lore asks Donna, and then she looks at the other girls. If any of you want anything, just let me know. Arya starts to get up from the chair. I can help you with that, Lore. Lore quickly approaches Arya and doesn't let her get up. Please, just relax now. You and the girls already cooked a great dinner yesterday, so I want to serve you now. Then she looks at Anne and Elsie cooking more fried eggs in the kitchen. Also, I need to teach them some cooking tricks so that they can cook well for Lucien. Little Lucy, Donna says while eating some cookies. That's how we call him. Lore smiles. I don't know if the word little can really be used to describe any characteristic of him. Donna gulps while thinking about something. Oh, well, no matter how big is his D, he will still always be my little brother Lucy. Eve smiles while Lucien's wives can't see him that way. He's the person who changed their lives, the person they can trust most, the great man who will always protect them, but still, he's a little brother to his sisters, for now. The girls continue to have breakfast while Clovis, Anne's father, brings them various fruit juices and apple wine. Donna smiles at Eve. I'm glad you are their queen. This breakfast is the best I have had in my entire life. Lucien and his sisters never really had a good breakfast at the mountain fortress because Michael didn't want to give them any luxury. They were never intended to be princes and princesses, or even to be of the nobility, and only the weapons that would defend the kingdom as soon as the current weapons, their mothers, were no longer that useful. And well, while Donna destroyed everything on that moon and Sophia slept all the days, no one prepared breakfast for her. Eve is also enjoying that breakfast. Of course, her servants make great banquets for her meals, and they are delicious, but that breakfast by Lore contains all her good intentions and family love, which makes everything feel better. I don't think they are trying to please me, Eve comments as she drinks that delicious apple wine. So, Donna makes a thoughtful expression. Eve looks at Lore in the kitchen, teaching Anne and Elsie cooking things. This is for the family of her son-in-law. Many of Lucien's wives giggles while agreeing with Eve's words. But Donna shakes her head with a confused expression. When did Lucy become the center of all attention? I think when he made the soul contract with the most powerful sin. Eve shrugs. What? As soon as Eve says that, Wrath materializes her body next to the table and hits it, not too hard, of course. Then Pride materializes her body behind Wrath and pushes her onto the couch. Wrath sits down but continues to look at Eve with an upset expression. Come on, sis. You can't let your host say that shit. Damn, Wrath. You and your host have to control yourself. If you piss off Lucien, it will be bad for all of us. Pride speaks, shocking Wrath to the soul. Piss off the boy. Wrath continues to look at Pride with a confused expression. You cannot be serious. Pride sighs as she sits down on another sofa. I don't like my host thinking that another sin, especially lust, is more powerful than me. But in the current situation, I can't stop her from thinking that way. Wrath shakes her head, denying that, but Pride continues to explain. Our hosts have a great power advantage over Lucian and Sophia, but look at them now. You know that Sloth has an advantage in the first realms, but that means nothing later, and she always stays behind just like Lust. Wrath comments. Pride slight taps on Wrath's face. You really don't use your brain, don't you? Lucian killed an angel from the Sky Realm's 7th layer while still in the mortal realm. That while his wives also from the mortal realm with Envy and Amelia in the early Earth realm defeated 4 angels from the Sky Realm. I know that. Wrath responds. But we could do the same. With our current power, Eve and I could kill that 7th layer angel with great difficulty, but I'm not sure if you could handle the others alone. And that already shows the difference between our potentials. Pride explains. Bullshit. Wrath complains. She doesn't want to believe that Lust and Sloth are so powerful because that would make her, who has always been the second strongest of them, look really weak now. Lore comes back from the kitchen and makes a worried expression because of that argument. She doesn't want fights inside her house, but how could she complain to those people? They are real demons and the most powerful people she has ever heard of. Also, Pride and Wrath are really scary. Eve notices that and looks at Pride and Wrath with a severe expression. Do you know how Lucy will be upset if you guys piss off his mother? Law. Wrath makes an angry expression at Eve, also showing her teeth, but then she feels Pride's powerful aura start to contain her power. She looks to the side and sees Pride's eyes shining with white light and realizes that her big sister is really getting upset. Fine. Wrath dematerializes her body, turning a cloud of red dust and returning into Donna's soul to reflect more about Lucian. Eve nods to Pride, showing gratitude as the girls continue to have breakfast. Lucian's wives would be concerned about those sins causing confusion wherever they go, but they trust Lucian and are sure that they will be tamed as Envy was, or at least she makes it look like she was. Meanwhile, Lore wonders about how Lucian, even looking so young, already has so much influence over all those women and demons. My son. Law is really something, she thinks as she smiles and brings more food to the girls. Chapter 380. Too lazy to be teased. Our point 18, you are listening at novelfull.audio. Sophia continues to moan even a minute after Lucian started coming inside her pussy. His hot cum, full of demonic energies and life mana, makes her body feel so good. She can feel that precious liquid excitedly flowing inside her pussy, and she feels like she could get pregnant again if she were not already pregnant. And she doesn't want to move, at the risk of stopping those sensations so good. She wants to keep lying in that position, hugging Lucian while his cock is kissing the deepest part of her pussy. There is so much of your hot milk, inside me, she seductively whispers in his ear. Lucian smiles as he kisses Sophia's cheek. That's just part of it. I still want to fill your other love holes. Sophia's face gets extremely flushed as she wonders about what she will do next with Lucian. She only thought about being with him again and having sex like their first time, but she is still a naive and innocent young girl who doesn't know anything about sex. He is delighted with her flushed expression. Then he turns their bodies on their sides, making them face each other, while he starts to caress her ass. Mentally, she is fine to do anything with him, after all, she loves him for a long time. However, her body is still embarrassed because she feels so inexperienced. When Lucian's fingers enter between her buttocks and touch her lovely butt, Sophia feels pleasure and embarrassment. Nga. A cute moan comes out of her little mouth, and Lucian kisses her lips. Then Sophia looks at him with a cute confused expression. MYB. Hole. Yeah. I wanna do things to your butt. Lucian whispers close to Sophia's ear as his fingers gently caress her ass. Lucian's sensual tone added to his words and touch makes Sophia's pussy produce more and more love juices while she wonders how good it will be to feel him there. I want this. I want you to do a lot of naughty things to my butt. Sophia thinks while she feels too embarrassed to say those words out loud. But then she thinks about how good she is feeling now with Lucien's hot cum still inside her pussy. She kisses his mouth. I want to do everything with you. But now I prefer you to give attention to Sloth while I clean up for our second round. Sloth smiles as she feels that she is fortunate to have Sophia as her host while Amelia pouts. Only after my second round. Sophia's kindness again touches Lucien's heart. He loves many women, and the fact that Sophia is so loving and kind to others is refreshing compared to having to deal with Amelia's excessive jealousy. Lucien gives Sophia a long, gentle kiss before he stops hugging her. His cock feels a little sad when his fingers move away from her lovely ass, but because now he is going to take pleasure in Sloth's lascivious body, it gets excited again. Sophia gets up from the bed and extends her hand to Amelia. Let's take a bath to get clean and ready for him to fuck us over and over. Amelia nods but ignores Sophia's hand as she walks to the bathroom. She has a lot of Lucien's come over her body, and she wants to get clean for him, but she doesn't hide that she is still very jealous of Sophia. Then Lucien smiles at Sloth as Lust and Envy sit side by side on the edge of the bed to watch their sister's first time. Well, they just want to tease her and drink every drop of his cum as possible. Any special requests? Lucien asks as he approaches Sloth and begins to kiss her. Lucien's passionate kisses as he caresses her whole body make Sloth feel a lot of good feelings. Among them, she especially likes the fact that he seems to be very attracted to her body. It is not as if Sloth is a vain woman, on the contrary, she doesn't like complicated things and just thinks about relaxing while getting strong with her host. However, she is still a woman and has feelings like anyone else. The fact that someone as incredibly handsome, attractive, and talented as Lucien is attracted to her while having Lust and other so beautiful women loving him awakens in Sloth her female pride. And of course, a lot of pleasure. Do you need any woman to tell you how to please her? She sarcastically asks. He smiles and squeezes one of her breasts as he kisses and bites her delicious lips. She softly moans as her body reacts to Lucien's touch. He runs his hands from her breasts to her legs, stroking and squeezing her waist, ass, and thigh. Her pear-shaped body is so juicy and curvy that he wants to squeeze every soft part of her and hear her moan with pleasure. Then, keeping his hand squeezing her huge perfect ass, he looks her in the eye. I never had trouble understanding a woman's desires after I meet Lust, but you are so mysterious. Sloth giggles while her hands slowly move towards his belly. I'm actually the simplest woman you'll ever meet. All I want is to be at peace relaxing. This 7 great demons thing and fighting for our race. Well, I'm just in it because I don't have a choice. However, I try to make as little effort as possible because I really don't want to do anything complicated. Lucien strokes Sloth's beautiful blonde hair with his other hand while admiring her green eyes. Yeah, you look like that, but I think you want other things and just don't feel like talking about it or explaining it to anyone. Her hands touch his belly and begin to descend towards his cock while she smiles at him. Well, there's something I always wondered what it would be like to have. He squeezes her ass again as she starts to stroke his cock. Can I help you with that? You can go to the infernal kingdom and ask Hell to. Sloth pauses as he moves her hand to his balls and gently strokes them. Fuck my real body so hard and come so much inside me. Lucien's eyes sparkle as he understands Sloth's desire, and well, he already intended to do that to Lust, Envy, and probably all the other sins if they want that. Hell is a woman, right? He has heard Lust speak of Hell, but he hasn't asked so much about her, so he asks Sloth. Yes. Sloth responds as she continues to stroke Lucien's balls. Knowing that there are baby seeds that can fulfill her desire to be a mother is very exciting. He smiles. So, I think I can persuade her. I think so, Sloth speaks as she moves her hands up and strokes the shaft of his dick. Feeling that hard, hot spear throbbing in her hands makes her pussy crave for that. Lucien likes Sloth's gentle touch, but the fact that she moves her hand so slowly isn't that good. So, he moves his hand on top of hers and helps her to move it more quickly, teaching her to do a handjob properly. Sloth has a lot of theoretical knowledge about everything, but doing things in practice is not always easy. Also, although her body doesn't like to move quickly at all, she really wants to please Lucien and does her best. While she strokes his cock shaft, its tip touches her soft belly. Then she moves his cock slightly downwards, making it touch her wet panties. Lucien takes great pleasure as Sloth's soft hands caress his cock, which also touches her panties. That pleasure is not so incredible as fucking a pussy, but he feels that it would be very cool to come on her panties. So, after 2 minutes of that pleasant handjob, Lucien come on Sloth's panties, surprising her. "Oh. Isn't that a waste?" she comments as she runs her fingertip over that viscous white liquid and tastes it. Lucien finds it very pleasant to see her cute panties covered by his cum. His possessive feelings thank him. "Don't worry, I can produce as much of this as you want." Sloth's eyes shine with solid green as she feels the incredible quantity of energies in that drop of his cum. So much demonic energy, life mana, and something familiar. While she is confused by feeling a familiar energy in his cum, Lucien begins to caress her breasts and kiss her on the shoulders. Then he pulls out her panties and tosses them back. Envy acts faster than lust, taking that and quickly licking all the cum on it. Still confused and lost in thought as she tries to understand what energy she felt, Sloth doesn't resist Lucien, and her body just follows his moves. He turns her around until she is lying on her back, then he kneels in front of her and opens her legs. He smiles at that beautiful pink flower, which actually has beautiful green vaginal hair. "So adorable," Lucien comments as he rests his hard cock over her pussy, using those soft green hair as a bed for his spear. Sloth's body feels a lot of pleasure due to that stimulation, but she remains lost in thought, and Lucien can see it in her distant look. That is a strong slap of his pride, as no woman has ever ignored him while they are in such a situation. In fact, no woman ignores him in any situation, but Sloth has a serious control problem. She hates not understanding something, especially when the knowledge about that is in her mind, but she can't find it. Lucien lifts Sloth's thighs, moves his hips back until the tip of his cock is at the entrance to her love cave, then he moves forward quickly. Ah! Sloth feels great pleasure while Lucien's dick runs over her pussy. She looks down and is surprised to feel so much pleasure while he is just rubbing his cock outside her body. He smiles at her reaction while keeping his cock all over her pussy, with its tip touching her belly. "I thought you were going to want to see this." Sloth smiles too. "Yes, I do. I'm sorry for. I just got confused about something." Lucien is curious about what made Sloth get lost in thought. And again, he misses the connection he has with all his wives, and his possessive desires make him want to make a soul contract with her. But since he can't force his tattoo on her, and he wouldn't do it even if he could, he has to continue the plan to make her beg for the tattoo using his cock to make her feel good. "Can we start?" Lucien asks as he slowly rubs his cock over her pussy, making them both feel great. Sloth can't control the cute moans that come out of her mouth. She slowly nods at him. "As long as you lead, I'm ready to do anything." "I see," Lucien responds while holding her legs up and moving his cock back and forth over that soft green hair of her beautiful pussy. In that position, he has a perfect view of her face, breasts, pussy, and he can also see her cute back door. And she looks very relaxed while lying there and just enjoying the pleasure he is giving her. Lucien doesn't mind being the only one active during sex, but the teasing side of him wants to make her beg for it and even be willing to be less passive to also give him pleasure. So, he just continues rubbing his cock over her pussy, which starts producing a lot of nectar while she becomes hornier and hornier. "Are you teasing me?" Sloth asks with a funny expression. She feels better than ever and has no desire to move or stop what they are doing. Lucien seductively smiles at her. Yeah. Chapter 381. Lovely Lazy Wife, R.18, you are listening at novelfull.audio. Sloth giggles while remembering the hundreds of times that envy, wrath, and even lust teased her, but she was never really affected by anything like that. Her body never felt like reacting to most stimuli, and she just wants to relax in peace. But now, Sloth isn't sure if she can ignore Lucien's teasings. Her body instinctively reacts to his actions, and she can't do anything about it. If his actions were futile and just for pleasure, Sloth knows that it would make no sense to her, and therefore her body would suppress those feelings. However, Lucien is not doing that just for fun. His intention is to get stronger and make her stronger. He is literally offering her power, and she doesn't have to do anything complicated, just letting him fuck her, which is also very pleasant and relaxing. So, not only is Sloth's mind willing to cooperate with him, but her body is actually excited. She concludes that, in fact, her body never reacted to teasings because only Lucien could cause such a reaction to her while offering an irrefutable proposal. Moans come out of her mouth willingly while feeling Lucien's hard cock rubbing over her pussy is both pleasurable and frustrating. Knowing that Sloth has no control over those cute moans just makes Lucien's ego feel better. Although she is not a woman experienced in sex, he thinks she is the most mature and mysterious woman he knows, so conquering her body is a great achievement for him. So he continues, or rather, teases her even more. Using one hand, he starts rubbing his cock's head at the entrance to her pussy, stimulating her clitoris with its glands. Lucien does not hide that he feels really good with that. Sloth also doesn't try to contain her moans. Feeling good is a side effect of receiving that power, and she is really fine with that. However, the more Lucien pleased the outside part of her pussy, the more it twitches inside while feeling empty, making her body a little frustrated. And that is exactly his intention. Lucien wants to make Sloth want it not just for power or second purposes. He wants to make her body crave his cock because, without it, she will not be satisfied. Then he continues to rub his cock's glands on her pussy and clits, making a sloppy mess with his pre-cum and her love juices. Also, trying something new, he starts tapping his cock onto her pussy, giving her even more pleasure. Pa 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 each time Lucien hits his cock on her pussy, more and more drops of her love juices splashes everywhere. He smiles at her with a teasing expression, and she returns a beautiful and flushed smile with that lazy but also expectant look, which makes Lucien unable to contain the desire to fuck her. Then he positions the tip of his cock at the entrance to her pussy again and slowly begins to move his hips forward, penetrating her love cave. Sloth softly moans as he gets hornier and hornier. With every millimeter that Lucien's cock moves inside her, her pussy craves more and more for it while her insides twitch and even seems to hurt from eagerness. She tries not to show it, but she is very happy that he finally seems to be willing to give her what her body wants so badly. His cock going to the bottom of her pussy and kissing her baby room. And Lucien realizes that. He can see Sloth's eyes shining with happiness and expectation. He wants to correspond and please her body, but he also has his needs, mainly mental, or rather, he needs to feed his possessive ego and his desire to tease charming mature women. Sloth closes her eyes while waiting for the pleasure she so desires. But after moving just half the tip of his cock inside her pussy, Lucien smiles and accidentally slides his cock down. But he keeps moving his hips forward, and his cock, still lubricated with her love juices, and his pre-cum finds that lovely back door of hers. Oh! Sloth's tired eyes widen as she is taken aback by feeling something big and hard entering a place she didn't expect. This tightness, and softness, Lucien almost has an orgasm just by penetrating a few centimeters from Sloth's asshole. The sensation is like no other since the balance between tightness and softness is so perfect. Without control of her body, her ass begins to squeeze Lucien's cock, and they both feel great pleasure. It is obvious that Lucien did that to tease her and make her pussy crave even more for his cock, but in the end, both of them are having a lot of pleasure while generating a lot of demonic energy. His demonic energy enters Sloth's body and joins with her energy, creating a mix of pleasant and relaxing energy, which makes her feel better than ever. After pausing for a second to enjoy the wonderful feeling of having his cock inside Sloth's ass, Lucien holds both of her legs up and starts to move his hips back. She is confused for a second, thinking that he didn't like her ass, but then he smiles at her and moves forward again. Ah! Sloth loudly moans as she feels Lucien's cock go deeper inside her ass. She doesn't eat food, so he can go all the way without her having to do any cleaning. Her thighs, butt, and whole body are so sexy and voluptuous that Lucien can't stop moving his hips back and forth, smashing his groin against her body and thrusting his cock to the bottom of her ass. Oh, he is very pleased and continues to penetrate her ass at a moderate pace. Ah. Ah. Sloth moans so much because her body is being overwhelmed with pleasure. The warmth of Lucien's cock seems to fill her ass and then pass to her stomach before heating up her entire body. The way he holds her legs and thrusts his cock inside her ass is so lustful and passionate, but it is also relaxing as she doesn't have to do anything and just enjoys that power coming to her. Lucien begins to increase the pace of his thrusts and go even deeper inside Sloth, which makes his balls hit on her huge ass. Any man with a medium penis and even some with a not so big one would have trouble penetrating her asshole as her buttocks are so huge. However, Lucien doesn't have that problem, and feeling Sloth's buttocks against his body makes it all the more pleasurable. Due to the fact that Sloth has a body made of demonic energy, Lucien does not have to worry about some limitations, so he pushes her legs towards her, further improving the angle at which he can fuck her ass. While continuing to move his hips back and forth, he also tilts his body over hers. So, he begins to kiss and bite her beautiful pink nipples as he continues to push his cock all the way inside her ass. Sloth moans even more with the increasing pleasure of various stimulations. Even though her body is so relaxed and lazy, she starts to have an orgasm, and her pussy produces a lot of nectar, which drips down and lubricates her ass and Lucien's cock even more. After kissing and biting her huge breasts to the contents of his heart, Lucien pushes her legs further towards Sloth, making them almost touch the bed next to her head. She doesn't feel any pain or discomfort even though that position seems challenging, because as long as he is the only one doing the hard work, she is outstanding. Still keeping his cock working so hard and drilling her lovely and soft butthole, Lucien begins to kiss her delicious lips. Sloth agrees with any action of his and just moans while feeling so much pleasure. However, her pussy feels more and more ignored and frustrated while having to produce love juices to lubricate her ass but doesn't get anything in return. Then she starts asking between moans and Lucien's kisses. You only want to fuck my ass? Lucien teasingly smiles. I like your thick sexy ass. Sloth smiles. Anal, feels so good, but, he asks as he continues fucking her ass. Also, he rubs his chest on her breasts as he can't get enough of that soft sensation. You know. I thought we were going straight to the point. She asks while she already has an idea of his intention. She really loves him fucking her ass, but her pussy also wants attention. Lucien kisses and bites her lips while drinking her savory saliva with a taste of honey. If you want it, just ask. Sloth starts to laugh between her moans. You are really petulant. That's why Pride wants to beat you so badly. He also laughs. She wants my cock fucking the bottom of her pussy and ass, just like you. However, she is too proud to ask it. Yes, Sloth beautifully smiles. She's definitely overproud, but I'm not sure she wants your cock. Lucien kisses and sucks her lips again while continuing to penetrate her ass. What about you? Do you want my cock inside your pussy, or should we stop now? Sloth has difficulties restraining her desires. Her lips willingly move when his mouth approaches hers, just as her entire body already seems to be in sync with his. Then she looks down while speaking. You don't have to tease me or do anything to have me. Look at it yourself, my body is being sincere and making my intentions clear even while I don't say anything. Lucien looks down and is surprised to see his tattoo glowing solid purple on Sloth's low belly area. He thinks it was very fast, but there was no way to be different with their energies matching so perfectly. He looks at her again and smiles. You are already mine, Sloth giggles. Yes, but it's not like I wanted that so badly, just my body has accepted you as it is the best for me. Also, I want you to fuck my pussy too. Lucien really likes Sloth's personality. She still looks mysterious, but at the same time, she is very honest and doesn't seem always to be making plans like the other sins. She just seems to be a very simple person with a very simple goal. While he smiles and continues fucking her ass, Sloth moves her head up and kisses his lips quickly. But before filling my pussy with your big cock, come inside my ass. Come as much as you can, and I will try to get every drop of it. How could I deny such a request from my beautiful lazy wife? Lucien sarcastically asks as he kisses her. Lazy wife. This boy is really possessive. Sloth thinks to herself, but then she looks down and sees how she has already wet the bed with so much love juices. Though it doesn't look bad, at that moment that she is distracted, she is surprised to feel Lucien's cock reach a deeper place inside her ass and start to pour an extremely pleasant and hot liquid. Lucien presses his body against Sloth's and fires a lot of cock milk inside her soft and warm ass. That feeling is so amazing that he even closes his eyes and concentrates on that to enjoy the most of it. Oh, Sloth continuously moans as she feels waves of pleasure and power run from her ass to the rest of her body. She never felt so good and relaxed as now. Chapter 382. So hard, yet so relaxing. R.18, you are listening at novelfull.audio. While Sloth has an incredible orgasm due to Lucien coming in her ass, he moves back a little and pulls his cock back. Envy quickly materializes next to him and licks all the cum over it. So, he wastes no time placing the tip of his cock at the entrance to her pussy again, this time without the intention of teasing but rather becoming one with her. Sloth opens half of one eye and sees Lucien smiling at her with a loving expression, which is even more charming than his teasing smile. Her body feels so good, but her pussy wants his cock so badly, so she feels even more pleasure when she feels it entering her most special place. Ah, she moans as her pussy squirts love juices on Lucien's cock and low belly. Ha, Lucien takes great pleasure in the tightness of her pussy on his dick. The fact that she is having an orgasm makes everything better. He slowly moves his hips forward as he leans over her body again. He cannot resist stroking and squeezing her huge breasts while he continues to explore her insides. Sloth can still feel the warmth that comes from his hot cum in her ass, but she can feel the warmth from his cock inside her pussy even better. Although big, she feels like his hard member is made to fit perfectly inside her pussy, which squeezes and takes the shape of it willingly. Then she feels the tip of his cock touches her hymen. She had even forgotten that it existed in her real body because she never thought about sex before. It seems to be a waste of energy and hard work that would not bring any benefit. But now, what used to seem like something meaningless, has several important meanings. Lucien breaking her hymen and making them reach a new level of potential is a change in the way she and her host do things for the first time in thousands of years. However, that is also not just about power. That means her union as a woman with Lucien, her first lover and the only one she wants to have forever. Sloth hates complicated things, and Lucien is the opposite of that. He is very direct and can take care of her and Sophia, feeding them with pleasure and power. So, of course, she is totally willing to give herself completely to his care. In fact, her body has already done so by accepting his tattoo and the mysterious new soul contract. As she reflects on that, she realizes that Lucien has stopped moving. She opens her eyes again, thinking he wants to tease her again. But what she sees his face a few centimeters from her, gazing at her with that loving expression. "You are so beautiful," Lucien says as his eyes sparkle. He knows that he will have to conquer all the sins or his sisters to bring all the demonic energies together, and he feels so lucky that Sloth is such a kind and loving woman. Although her body does not like to make unnecessary movements, Sloth cannot resist caressing Lucien's face. "I'm glad you think this way because you'll have to take care of me for the rest of our lives. I hope it will be a long time." He smiles and kisses her delicious soft lips. Sloth is thrilled with Lucien's response, and her body reaches a new peak of pleasure while feeling his dick break through her hymen and continue all the way to the bottom of her pussy while she still feels his hot cum in her ass. She moans as her lips move along with Lucien's, and even her tongue dances with his while her pussy squeezes his cock so tightly. Lucien has a hard time containing his desire to come again. The interior of Sloth's pussy is incredibly soft and cozy, also having a wonderful tightness. That feeling is even more perfect than that of her ass and makes him addicted to it right away. He delights in the savor of her delicious mouth while slowly moving his cock inside her pussy while also feeling her huge breasts change shape as pressed against his chest. The gentle way he is fucking her is as good as the hard way. She wraps her arms around his neck while she kisses him and speaks between moans. "Just like that, don't stop, fuck me like that, much, so much more. As much as you want, my love," Lucien speaks as he continues to kiss her. He keeps the pace of his thrusts slow and brings the tip of his cock up to the entrance of her pussy before going near the end to make her body get used to his size and shape smoothly. Lucien continues to do it gently for 2 minutes while having great pleasure and making Sloth have 2 orgasms in a row. But then he feels that her body is already prepared for something more intense, so he moves one from his hand to her waist and the other to her thigh. Sloth is feeling better and more relaxed than ever, so she obviously wants to continue that way. However, her body surprisingly seems to want to follow Lucien's movements and discover new ways to feel more pleasure. Her body wants that, and Sloth is also not against it. So she prepares for what is to come while also curious about what it will be. "Hold tight to my neck," Lucien speaks as he touches his forehead to hers. As soon as Sloth makes a sound of agreement, Lucien gets up while bringing her body along. With one hand, he fits her leg around his waist, and then she does the same with the other leg while he uses his other hand to stroke her waist and ass. Then he flaps his wings, flying forward and standing on the head of his big bed. He presses Sloth's body against the wall and begins to passionately kiss her mouth while moving his hips up, fucking her pussy. Ah. Ah. She moans louder and louder as he thrusts his cock in her pussy faster and harder. The cute pink walls of her pussy hug his cock so tightly while her body feels that moving and reacting to Lucien's body is much more pleasurable than standing still. Lucien feels outstanding as his hips move on their own, and his hard rock cock runs so excitedly inside that soft and delicious pussy. He kisses her lips, neck, shoulders, and of course, those breasts he loves so much. The smell and taste of her skin resemble fresh flowers, which are so good and addictive. Sloth doesn't realize that her body really starts to move. Her hands run on his shoulders and back, also stroking the base of his wings and making them flap while her tail wraps around his as they caress each other. She feels so much passion and lustful feelings coming from his body and also being sent from her body to his. It seems that he wants to devour her and her body very much wants to be devoured by him. 1 minute in that position is enough for her to have 2 more incredible orgasms in a row and pour more and more love juices on his body and the bed. Sloth's body still has Lucien's cum in her ass, and she remembers how good that cum shot was, so she starts craving a cum shot in her pussy too to have the greatest and best orgasm of all. "Ah. Lucien, come with me, she asks between moans as she strokes his hair and horns. Lucien bites her nipple while squeezing her ass. "Call me your husband, and I will do that. Sloth doesn't have to think twice. My husband. Come inside the pussy of this lazy wife of yours much as you can. Damn. Lucien did not expect such a good answer, so he feels so fucking horny and an urge to come inside her pussy. His tail dances excitedly along with Sloth's tail while his wings flap hard, making him fly towards the ceiling, which is 7 meters from the room's floor. They stop at the corner of the ceiling, and Lucien presses his body against Sloth's, which has her back touching both the wall and the ceiling. With his wings still flapping hard, he thrusts his cock to the bottom of her pussy so hard that its tip penetrates her cervix, which makes both of them feel so damn good. Then he come, while she has another orgasm, which gets so much improved by his hot cock milk entering inside her cervix before filling her entire pussy. Ah! She moans louder than ever while she feels so much of his baby seeds entering her most private parts. Along with that incredible feeling of warmth and power, Sloth's female instincts also feel that she should get pregnant with that wonderful cum shot, of course, if that weren't a version of her original body made of just energy. Lucien continues coming so much hot cock milk inside her pussy without any desire to stop. Due to their position, after his cum fills the little space left inside her pussy while his cock is filling her, the huge amount of cum that leaks it falls into the mouths of Lust and Envy, who are flying below them. So good, so much of my husband cum is filling me up. Sloth moans and speaks while Lucien kisses her on the cheek. With that incredible orgasm, her whole body trembles and feels limp while he embraces her. Sloth never imagined that she could feel so good and relaxed while she also feels more powerful than ever. After many seconds coming, Lucien stops flapping his wings and falls down with Sloth on his bed, which endures the weight of their falling without any trouble, showing that it is made of really incredible materials. Sloth lays her head on Lucien's chest while feeling his cock still rock hard inside her pussy. Due to the general knowledge she has, she knows that Lucien is a man like no other, and she is very happy to have waited so long to have this relationship with only him. Her body feels very good but also tired because Lucien's life mana has no invigorating effect on her due to her lazy nature. So, she really wants to just relax now but without his dick coming out of her pussy, or they move from that perfect position. Now, having that soul connection with Sloth, Lucien can feel how she really feels and what she wants. So, he doesn't move their bodies and just slowly strokes her beautiful blonde hair while even their tails are immobile while still intertwined. That was so good, Sloth speaks in Lucien's mind because even her lips refuse to move. Yes, that was fucking amazing. And we're going to do a lot more of that from now on until the end of our lives, as you said. He responds. I want it. I really want it, my husband. Sloth speaks honestly while for the first time in her life, she feels like she has a goal that is hers alone and has nothing to do with her people or host. Lucien feels really good when she calls him a husband. Unlike Envy, who will do anything to achieve her goals or the other sins that seem very complicated, Sloth seems more and more a simple and direct person. He still respects the nature of all the other sins and doesn't blame them for being like that, yet he can't help but be happy that Sloth's peculiarity is that she is lazy, as it doesn't cause any problems to him, who actually like to be the only person dominant during sex. Besides the fact that he has nothing against Sloth and Sophia spending all the time sleeping in his bed and waiting for the moment that he will come to fuck them. That looks like another scene to be immortalized in a painting, he thinks as he imagines Sloth and Sophia sleeping in his bed, with flushed and satisfied expressions after he has satisfied their needs. Chapter 383. Breakfast Thieves. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In the large bathroom on the second floor, a strange silence leaves the mood unusual while Sophia and Amelia bathe in one of the smaller bath pools, usually used by the girls when Lucien is not with them in the bath, or he is bathing with only one girl. On opposite sides, Amelia and Sophia wash their bodies while they can't resist looking at each other and compare themselves. Although both are very confident of their looks, that type of comparison will always happen between Lucien's wives because they all always want to be as beautiful as possible for him. And in the case of Sophia and Amelia, there is a rivalry between sisters, like Marie and Lena. It is only possible to hear the sound of the water, the sponges with soap in contact with their bodies, and their breathing while they do not speak a word. That silence makes Amelia uncomfortable, and she makes an upset expression at Sophia. "What do you want to say to me?" Sophia sighs. "I thought we could talk like good sisters now that he. But, I actually was wondering if you would still look at me with this expression." "What expression?" Amelia asks as she can't help but frown. After making a sad expression, Sophia explains. "The expression that makes it look like I stole your breakfast. You look at me like that every day since 15 years ago." Amelia would like to say that she doesn't know what Sophia is talking about, but she now understands her feelings. "Do you blame me for feeling jealous of how he loves you? You will have to get used to that look because all his other wives will look at you like that." Sophia squeezes the sponge in her hand and gently passes it on her neck as she imagines Lucien kissing her clean, perfumed skin. Then she looks into Amelia's eyes. "It doesn't make any sense. I never pushed you away from him, and I will never try to push his other wives away. Why do you make me look like a villain?" Amelia throws her sponge into the water. "Damn. Why do you always have to be so perfect? Look at you, your body has a perfect size, perfect curves, you have this beautiful red hair just like him, eyes the same color as his, and you are so kind and loving, you are the perfect woman for him." Sophia keeps a neutral expression. However, in her heart, she can't help but thank her mother for giving her perfect genes, which added to her father's, made her so much beautiful and similar to Lucien. "Why don't you stop blaming me for the way I am and be thankful that he also loves you a lot? Also, you can stop being so annoying, and maybe that will make him love you even more." She speaks. Bam! Amelia loses control of her emotions and punches the pool wall. She is surprised by her new strength and breaks some tiles on the wall. The tile shards disappear before falling into the water, and the damage to the wall magically repairs itself, making everything look perfect as before. Sophia smiles. The house is a storage treasure, so cool. Amelia is also surprised by that, but she remains focused on arguing with Sophia. "The problem is not just you, but the way that he loves you." Sophia is silent, and Amelia speaks again while touching Lucien's tattoo on her low belly area. "I knew he always loved you very much, but after we got connected like that, I could feel every day how he craved for you every second, even in battles." Sophia looks into Amelia's eyes with a sorry expression. Then she quickly moves forward and hugs her sister. "Ha! Hey!" Amelia is shocked by Sophia's reaction. She knows that she was very jealous and irrational, so she didn't expect that. "You so fool, sister." Sophia giggles while resting her head on Amelia's shoulder. "Although it is just a little over a year of difference, you are still my older sister." Amelia doesn't know what to say or do. She was so focused on her jealousy of Sophia's relationship with Lucien that she forgot that they also have a relationship as sisters. Sophia continues. "I don't think I did anything wrong by always standing by him and supporting him. Maybe I already thought I could have him only for me, but now I understand that it would not be the best for him, therefore, it would not be the best for me too." Amelia sigh. "Believe me, any woman who really loves him will not easily encourage him to love other women, it just doesn't make any sense." At first, Sophia makes a thoughtful expression and then explains. "Maybe you don't like it, but you can accept it if you think that many good women will make him stronger, thus making our family stronger, which will make him happier, thus making us happier." Damn! That's what I'm talking about. Amelia splashes water on Sophia's face while pouting. "I understand that, but I'm still upset about having to share his love with so many women. And you always support him, and that is why he loves you more. You are really perfect. Hey!" Sophia dives into the deep part of the pool to prevent Amelia from tossing more water at her face. Then she quickly comes back up and starts splashing water on Amelia. You are so focused on others that you don't realize how beautiful you are. While Amelia tries to protect her face, Sophia continues to toss water on her. I always admired your beautiful white hair, your skin so fair and smooth, your strength and sword skills. I won't change my way or try to make Lucien love me less, but I don't want it to hurt you either. Amelia turns and counter-attacks with more water. I know. I'm not mad at you, this is just, my stupid jealous making me feel bad. Sophia dives under Amelia's legs and knocks her into the water. It's okay to be jealous, that is Lucien's fault for being so passionate. But you have to understand that our family has to stay together. Especially we, sisters, must stay together beside him and not fight each other. After knocking Sophia into the water too, Amelia smiles. I know that too. The better we get along, the more he is happy, and the more he makes us happy. Exactly. Sophia agrees while laughing and tries to tosses more water at Amelia. But then she stops while she makes a thoughtful expression. Wait, what happened? Amelia gets concerned. Sophia's eyes shine with expectation as she looks at the huge pool in the middle of the bathroom. Why are we playing alone when he could be here with us? Or rather, we could play together in that big pool. Amelia quickly nods. Yeah, let's call him. Jumping out of the pool, Sophia falls on top of her floating pillow, which flies towards Lucien's bedroom quickly. The first one to get there kisses him first. Wait. Amelia focuses on all the spatial mana she has along with Lucien's demonic energy inside her body and manages to teleport to the floating pillow next to Sophia. Then she smiles. Before we get back, we should make him cover our bodies with his hot cock milk, so we don't waste this bath. Sophia also smiles. Excellent idea. They quickly arrive in the bedroom and see Sloth lying with her eyes closed while cum leaks from her pussy and ass. Meanwhile, Lust is on all fours over Envy while Lucien takes turns fucking their pussies and asses from behind. Amelia and Sophia look at each other while they realize that those sisters are already in a high level of sync with Lucien, and they will have to work hard to be like that, or rather, much better. Oh, you are back. Lucien smiles at Sophia and Amelia. I was already missing you. We too. They respond and jump on the bed to play a game about which pair of sisters give him more pleasure, while Sloth needs a significant time to recover. They have sex for a little over an hour before everyone needs a bath. Then they go to the big bathroom where they play for another hour and end up having to stay there even longer to take a real bath. The result of that incredible love session not only improves their bonds and makes them feel very happy, but it also makes them all have significant improvements in their powers, in addition to Amelia and Lucien learning the teleport ability. Due to the time difference between the normal world and the purple world, during the hours that Lucien has a lot of fun with those girls, the rest of the group finishes a wonderful breakfast at Lore's house. All the girls at the table, or on the chairs or the sofas in the living room feel really satisfied while their stomachs are grateful for the delicious food prepared by Lore, Anne, and Elsie. And, of course, all of them, except for little Co, enjoyed the delicious apple wine brought by Clovis, Anne's father. However, he really prefers to stay on the apple plantation while there are so many women inside his house, not because of Lucien but because he fears his wife's fury if he looks at any of those heavenly beauties. They are taking too long, so annoying. Wrath comments as she rolls her eyes. The angels destroyed the flower field, so they must be having a hard time finding a good flower, Elsie comments while even she doesn't believe that assumption. Pride shakes her head. Don't be naive, they are fucking all over that forest. It is more likely that they are using the purple world due to the time dilation. Angela comments. Makes more sense. The other girls agree. Why does everything have to be about sex with him? Is fucking all he knows to do? Wrath rolls her eyes again. And again, Pride shakes her head. Pleasure is making him incredibly powerful in a way that it is no longer even possible to measure his strength by normal means, so it makes sense for his focus to be sex. Then she looks at Wrath with an inquisitive expression. If you could furiously fight all the time, wouldn't you enjoy that? Damn. Wrath smiles, showing her sharp teeth. Of course, I wouldn't do anything else. So, what's the problem with him having sex all the time? Pride sarcastically asks. Wrath makes a confused expression while stroking her hair. Well, that makes sense. But, why do you support everything he does? You don't look like my oldest sister, the great Pride, anymore. Pride sighs. I haven't changed. My nature remains the same, that is, I can't think of anyone being more incredible than me, and I need others to understand that and be grateful for being my servants. Then she smiles. But he has nothing to do with it. He's getting stronger in his way, and it makes our group stronger, which is good for all of us. I wouldn't give my servants that much power. She looks at Lucien's wives. But his women are not servants. They are so loyal to him that their power is also his own power, like extensions of his body. She continues. So, I respect his methods. Also, he's making lust, envy, sloth, and their host stronger. He's working hard while we're relaxing. Those words make perfect sense to everyone, but Wrath is still shocked by the way she agrees with Lucien. Pride has always been very arrogant and never accepted things if they weren't her way. While almost everyone in that room reflects on those words and Pride's behavior, Donna sneakily tries to pick the last cookies from the plate in the middle of the table. But then Eve hard slaps Donna's hand. Don't act like Naomi. Also, these cookies are for our siblings. As soon as she speaks, everyone hears Lucien landing in front of the door. Then Sophia and Amelia enter the living room and see so many food crumbs on the table, especially in front of Donna's plate. Sophia shakes her head and looks at Amelia. You should look at Donna with that expression, after all, she is the one who is stealing your breakfast. Then Amelia strokes her belly while smiling. It's okay, I already had a lot of milk for breakfast today. All Lucien's wives pout while they understand how Amelia felt about Sophia, and of course, they feel like she stole the truly best breakfast. Chapter 384. Impressive. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After landing in front of Laura's house with Sophia and Amelia in his arms, Lucien does not enter the living room but walks toward the middle of the street. He is impressed to see Donna's great red axe stuck in the earth. Is it normal for someone to be able to keep materialized a soul weapon for a long time away from their souls? Yes, it is possible for anyone to do this with practice, of course. Lust materializes her body beside him as she responds. Envy quickly materializes her body next to him as well. But for most people, there is a lot of time and distance limitation. However, Wrath's powers are about weapons, so her host can use demonic energy to facilitate that process as well as improve her soul weapon and even use the many soul weapons Wrath has. Lucien touches Donna's axe handle and feels furious energy run through his body. Amazing. So Donna can use Wrath's soul weapons. Is that the same way I use Eileen's weapon? Lust shakes her head. Your case is special because you were accepted by a soul weapon made with someone else's soul. Then she continues. This is Wrath's special ability as well as our Purple World and Envy's copy ability. That requires a lot of training and demonic energy as well as having no known limits, meaning we can always improve these abilities with more demonic energy. So, Lucien can't help but smile. If I have access to Wrath's demonic energy, I will. Lust nods. I'm pretty sure that yes, you will also be able to use her arsenal of soul weapons. But of course, making a soul contract with her or Donna will also help that happen. This will be easier with Wrath. Lucien thinks about how Donna is kind of crazy. Wrath will definitely be easier. Envy shakes her head. I doubt it. Lucien stops thinking about that when he thinks about something else. What is Sloth's special ability? The dream world. That is very similar to our purple world, but it only takes minds to the other dimension as well as it can be used to create illusions. Lust quickly responds. It looks incredible. He comments while he really wants to be able to use that ability in combat. Lust makes a thoughtful expression. I never thought that a host other than Envy's host could use abilities from other sins, so we're going to need to wait for Sloth to wake up to explain more about the dream world. Does she usually sleep for a long time? He asks. Yes, she can sleep for a few days, years, or even centuries easily. Let alone the fact that having sex with you was by far the hardest thing she has ever done. Lust responds with a sorry expression. Envy laugh. Sloth doesn't even make complex moves in battle. She just stays there using mental powers until she runs out of demonic energy, and then she sleeps. Her previous hosts died while she slept during a tough fight. Lucien can't imagine Sloth's hosts dying while she takes a break to sleep. But he understands that the personalities of the sins are really unique, and they cannot go against their natures, in addition to the fact that without demonic energy and their real bodies, they cannot do anything. So, he feels that he is now responsible for her and Sophia. Whenever they need to rest, the purple world's home will be their refuge while he will keep them protected. Is there any way to help her recover earlier? He asks. Lust shakes her head. It's really complicated because the point is not that she really needs a lot of time to recover, but rather her body refuses to stop resting. While Lucien fears he has been too hard on Sloth, resulting in her hibernating for a long time, Envy starts to laugh. I don't think her body will refuse to stop resting after having tasted the heavenly special milk. She comments. I think so. Lust also laugh. Papa he slaps the asses of Lust and Envy before heading towards Lore's house. He walks through the door while realizing that it looks a little crooked and sees all his wives in the living room, talking to Amelia and Sophia. Donna. Lucien starts to speak while looking at his sister with an inquisitive expression. She quickly understands what he wants to talk about. But that situation seems surreal, as she is his older sister, and although she is not as severe as Eve, she always acted as a responsible adult to set a good example for her younger siblings. Are you going to scold me, little Lucy? Donna asks with a strange smile on her face. Do I need to do this? He asks back. They are silent as they face each other. Eve slowly brings the plate of cookies to her lap. Then, whoosh, Donna jumps out of her chair towards Lucien like a tigress. Although her speed is very fast for most people there, he sees her movements in slow motion and avoids the attack by taking a step to the side. Bam, she hits the wall and falls on her ass on the floor. Then she starts rubbing her head while making a fake sad expression. Ow, ow, ow. That was not cool, Lucien sighs. You don't have to make a scene. Donna pouts. Do you think you can talk to your older sister like that? He makes a sorry expression. I didn't mean to be disrespectful to you. And I don't care if you go around destroying worlds, but please, don't make a mess of these poor fox. Girls. Their life was horrible before Eve helped them, and they don't need more people bullying them. She gets up while cleaning her clothes. I didn't hurt anyone, okay? I just scared them so they would stop talking about the size of your cock and ruin my breakfast. Lucien understands Donna's situation, but he can't resist to teasingly smile at her. Why would the size of my cock ruin your breakfast? Donna looks at him for a few seconds while trying to understand how he has changed so much. She then suddenly jumps towards him, using her demonic energy to boost her speed. Her body glows with red energy as she flies towards Lucien. Due to him being stopped, she thinks that he cannot react to that attack. But as soon as her hands are about to touch his chest, his body becomes a blur as he reappears beside her. In less than a second, he holds her blouse from behind, spins her still in the air, throws her out of the house while Lust opens the door for her to fly past it. As she falls and rolls down the street, he speaks in a loud tone. Don't destroy my mother-in-law's house. While ignoring Donna's situation, Wrath looks at Lucien with a shocked expression. You. How is this possible? Are you in the 8th, or better, almost in the 9th layer of the mortal realm? But that was just a while. Pride looks at Lucien, Amelia, and Sophia with a neutral expression, but she is also shocked. From the 1st layer of Earth realm to the 3rd. From half of the 2nd to the 4th. And an advance of 3 layers inside the mortal realm. Really impressive. Lucien's wives are also surprised, as is Donna, who enters the living room again while cleaning her clothes. But Eve continues to act normally, or rather, there is a gentle and proud smile on her face while she is happy for the advances of her younger siblings. She looks at Amelia, Sophia, and Lucien. You guys need some food after so much training. Come on, I saved some cookies for you. Amelia smiles as she licks her lips. There is no room in my belly right now. Sophia also smiles as she caresses her belly. We are fine. Papa Lucien gave us a lot of proteins, hee. There is nothing more nutritious than special milk full of life manna. Lust giggles. Lucien's wives blush while their bodies get excited, but Lore remains very confused as nothing makes sense there. I'm starving, though. He sits in a chair next to Eve. Here. Eve takes a cookie and puts it in Lucien's mouth, just as she did many times when he was a child. But surprisingly, he bites the cookie and doesn't pick it up like he started to do when he turned 8. Eve didn't expect him to let her do that again, but she is grateful and gently smiles while getting more cookies for him. What happened in the past was that Lucien started to think that he did not deserve to be happy because his mother was dead. However, now, despite being concerned about her while doing everything to rescue her, he doesn't mind also enjoying the journey to her. His wives do not find it unusual that he is letting Eve feed him in the mouth as they usually do that to him while he also does to them. They were also a little concerned that he got so much stronger and that they could become useless to fight alongside him. However, they remember that Lust explained that the greater his power and his demonic energy, the faster they will become stronger while having pleasure with him. After devouring the 3rd cookie, Lucien smiles at Lore. It was you that made these cookies. They are delicious. Lore blushes a little as she smiles. They were made by me, Anne, and Elsie. And I'm glad you like them, son. Lucien eats another cookie while nods. Oh, yes. I can smell your and Anne's scent, which are very similar, but there is also Elsie's scent in it. The girls can't help but blush more while Lucien talks about their scent, especially Lore, who doesn't want to fall in love with him. Daisy, sitting on a sofa in the corner with Rose, understands how complicated Lore's situation is. Just being in the same room with Lucien without being affected by his charm is impossible, so all they can do is to think about their husbands and don't look at his extremely attractive body. Meanwhile, the other girls try to talk to each other, especially with Sophia. So, did you guys get the flowers? Angela asks. Amelia proudly smiles as she takes out the 2 bright and colorful flowers from her storage ring. They are for me and Envy. Wow. Mia comments while the other girls also find those flowers really beautiful. Then the girls look at Sophia, naturally curious to see if she also got a flower. I wasn't so lucky. Sophia makes a fake sad expression while remembering the good time she had with Lucien at the Lake of Tears. She loved to have sex with him along with the other girls, but having some time alone with him is especially good. Angela is about to say that she will go to the forest with Sophia to help her look for a flower, but then she smiles, leaving the girls confused. But Sophia speaks as she brings 3 smashed red roses from her storage treasure. The girls recognize those roses as from that magical field of flowers, and it's easy to see that they suffer a lot of damage because of their battle with the angels. The girl's goal was to find beautiful flowers to give as gifts to Lucien and to honor the nature spirit, but those roses are very damaged, dirty, and almost without petals, which makes the girls think they are not really good for the ceremony. These ones. Angela doesn't know how to advise Sophie, but then she gets even more confused when green energies start to get out of her hands and enter the damaged roses. Sophia's life energy begins to nourish the roses, not only restoring them but also making them grow more than twice their original size, gaining an even more beautiful brightness than other girls' flowers, and the most wonderful red coloring that they already saw, which also match with her and Lucien's hair. With the beautiful big bright red roses in her hands, Sophia smiles. They are beautiful, don't they? These two are for Sloth and me. The girls are impressed with how beautiful those roses are but also curious about why there are 3 of them. Then Cassidy asks. What about the third one? Sophia giggles. Oh, this one is for Lust. Chapter 385. Preparation for the ceremony. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Really? Lucien's wives are shocked by Sophia, and they feel like Amelia about being jealous of her. Sophia is so beautiful, brilliant, talented, skilled, and she is also kind, humble, and so loving. Now they understand why Amelia was so concerned about her relationship with Lucien. The girls can't help but admire her, yet, they fear that while Sophia acts so perfectly, in addition to the fact that she is the first to get pregnant and can feel her child, Lucien will love her so much that there will be no room left in his heart for them. Of course, while they have such concerns, they are also sure that there will never lack rooms in his heart for them because he has infinite love for all of them. Still, they feel a little uncomfortable when comparing themselves to Sophia and Lust. And the worst thing is that they are so perfect that they can think of things that they would never think of. Now that Sophia made those beautiful magic roses and gave one to Lust, they realize that she really couldn't look for a flower alone because she always has to be with Lucien. That simple act of thinking about Lust not only makes Sophia receive her respect and affection, but it also makes Lucien very happy, and it shows just a little bit of how smart she is. Lust walks over to Sophia's side, takes one of the roses, and smells it. Really amazing. I'm glad you liked it. Sophia smiles. Thanks. Lust honestly speaks. Despite knowing that Sophia pleases Lucien with that act, she also knows that they think the same way and should really be like good sisters. She walks over to Lucien and sits on his lap as usual. Then she kisses the rose, and her breath with purple particles comes from her mouth and falls on its petals before she places the flower in front of Lucien's nose. He feels a wonderful scent that only Lust's flower has. Really amazing. I love this scent. That act by Lust motivates Sophia and all the other girls to do the same with their flowers. They don't have the same abilities as Lust, but they can use other ways to put their scent on the flowers. Lust smiles and kisses Lucien's mouth. Then she takes a cookie from the plate in Eve's lap and puts it in his mouth. Damn you! Why are you disturbing my fun? Eve thinks while maintaining a neutral expression, but in fact, she wants to kick Lust away to keep acting like a big sis with Lucien. Lucien can't really understand Eve's feelings, but he can feel how the mood inside that room smells jealous. He understands that having many of his sisters and wife in such a small room is not really a good idea. Then he looks for the only person who wouldn't be attracted to him around, and not seeing him, Lucien looks at Lore. Where's my father? Law. He went to our apple plantation. I think he was terrified of Queen Eve. Lore giggles while knowing that the real reason why her husband literally ran away from home was that there are so many beautiful women around. Lucien nod. Okay, so I'm going to talk to him and then get the troops together while you girls get ready for the ceremony. Lore makes a thoughtful expression. A ceremony for so many women will be really big and will need a lot of hard work. Do you need a lot of help? He asks. She shakes her head. Don't worry, I'm going to get people to help me. The girls just have to focus on getting beautiful and relaxed. I am going to prepare my troops to help you. They are all women and understand these things. He speaks as he gets up. Lore smiles. That will be very useful. Lucien walks around the living room, kissing his wives. Meanwhile, Eve pulls out a lunch box from her storage ring and puts the remaining cookies in it. As soon as he finishes talking to all his wives, Eve hands him the lunch box along with a bottle of apple juice. You have to eat properly. The girls find the way Eve treats Lucien very cute, and he, of course, accepts the lunchbox. Alright, big sis. Then he looks at the girls. We are in the range of mental communication, so if you need anything, just let me know. We will be fine. Angela gently smiles as she speaks for almost all the girls, with their permission, of course. But Cassidy looks at Lucien's leather armor with an expression of disapproval. We will spend several hours preparing for the ceremony while you will be out there having fun. So you could at least be properly dressed at the right time. Yes, my queen, Lucien responds as he hugs and kisses Cassidy again. He squeezes her ass, and Donna rolls her eyes. Lust smiles. Leave this part to me, I have something special in mind. The girls agree, and Lucien looks at Eve and Donna. Of their group, only they and 2 other women will not perform the ceremony. Daisy will not do that because she has a husband, of course. And Galena, despite having agreed to follow Lucien and Eve, is not in love with him. However, they will be beside their daughters, helping them get ready for the great night. Eve smiles at Lucien. I will help your girls, after all, this will be your wedding ceremony. I'm sorry I missed the first one. The important thing is that we are together now. Lucien strokes Eve's hand before walking towards the door while eating cookies from the lunchbox. Wait. I'm going with you. Donna runs towards the door. This ceremonial thing is not my thing. Also, I don't want to keep hearing things about your cock. Okay, let's go. Lucien tries to contain his laughter as he waves to his girls and leaves Lore's house. The girls start organizing things for the ceremony on Lore's instructions while Lucien and Donna head down the street towards the south, where the apple plantations are. Lust and Wrath return to their host's souls. As they pass near her great axe, Donna takes it but doesn't dematerialize it and carries it on her shoulders while walking beside Lucien. He extends the lunch box to her, offering her cookies as he speaks. Are you carrying the axe like that for training? Donna smiles and takes one of the cookies. Yes, Wrath said that I have to keep my soul weapon materialized as much as possible to increase my control over it and be able to control her soul weapons. I'm sure you will be able to do it soon. He responds as he continues walking. Why are you so sure? She asks. Lucien smiles at Donna. Because you are amazing, of course. She smiles back. Although Donna is not as powerful as Eve, that is natural due to the age difference between them. Also, most people, even in superior worlds, do not advance power layers in weeks like Lucien and his girls. They have the help of Sins and Bloody Rose, while other people actually take years to advance in layers, let alone realms, even always with a lot of training and magic resources. Of course I am amazing, my little brother. She laughs and takes another cookie from the lunchbox. They keep walking while they talk, and after a minute, they start to see other people on the street. Everyone who witnessed that scene of Donna is still terrified of leaving home, but that city has thousands of inhabitants. A minute later, they meet a group of beautiful women. It is easy to see that they are not from the Fox clan as they are of mixed races and not Fox. Girls. Master. They exclaim with brilliant smiles as they respectfully bow to Lucien. Are these your troops? Donna asks while she is shocked, not only because those women are beauties just less impressive than his wives, but also because their power is the first layer of mortal realm, yet Wrath says their strength is already equivalent to people in the middle of the mortal realm. Well, some of Lucien's troops are already arriving in the second layer, but due to his last big breakthrough, the next training sessions with them will have great results. And he hopes to do that right after the wedding night so that they are close or in the third layer before the battle against the upcoming angels. Yes, but these are just a small part of them, Lucien explains. Then he looks at the troops. Good morning. Did you girls sleep well? Also, where are the others? One of the girls, a beautiful cat. Girl, steps forward. Yes, master, our night was nice because the fox. People are very hospitable with us. They did not let us pay for any food, and they also accepted us at their inns and houses without requiring anything from us. The others are in various inns and houses around this area. Lucien smiles. The fox. People are smart. They want to gratify their great Queen Eve. And listen to the stories about the handsome devil. One of the troops giggles. Handsome devil? Donna asks as she makes an expression of amusement. But Wrath keeps repeating in her mind that Lucien can't have made so many women so strong that quickly. It's just a nickname, Lucien responds before telling his troops to go to Lore's house to help them with the ceremony. That will be in an open space, and there will be a lot of decoration and organization work to do. The troops quickly follow Lucien's orders, but that cat. Girl makes an imploring expression to him while her eyes sparkle with expectation. Master. It's been a while since we had special milk. While Donna is confused, Lucien pats that cat. Girl's head and ears. Yes, I understand your needs. But don't worry, there will be a big war soon, and I will need you in the best possible state. That cat. Girl and the other girls excitedly smile. A great battle means a lot of preparation and a lot of rewards afterward. Because of that, they really love battles. Thank you, master, you are the best. She smiles as she closes her eyes and enjoys his pats. Lucien gives a tender kiss on the sweet lips of that young cat. Girl. I will take care of you as soon as possible, now follow Lore's orders and tell the other troops to do the same. She responds and runs to warn the other troops about their master's orders. Meanwhile, Lucien and Donna continue to go to the apple plantation and warn other groups of his troops to help Lore. After seeing hundreds of Lucien's troops, Donna and Wrath are increasingly shocked by their power and numbers. Lucy. Donna makes a cheerful expression. Every time you talk about the battle against angels to your troops, I can feel their excitement. They are eager for that. They are hungry for a good fight. As he smiles, Lust materializes her body beside them and shakes her head. You are wrong, Donna. They are not hungry for a good fight but for the reward of the battle. Oh. Donna makes a thoughtful expression. I see. After a good fight, it is normal to feel good and invigorated. Lust shakes her head again. You are wrong again. The reward they want is not that, but the special milk. What is this special milk? She asks. Hot cum from Lucien's cock. Lust smiles. Donna regrets asking that while looks at Lucien with an upset expression. Hashtag 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 hashtag. If you want to support me and read more than 150 chapters ahead, visit my Patreon. Patreon.com/LamentHief. You can also donate to my Ko-fi. ko.fi.com/LamentHief. Any donation helps me a lot and allows me to continue writing. Chapter 386. Read, though not by anger. You are listening at novelfull.audio. I should know this would be something naughty. Donna thinks while making a poker face. Lucien again has a hard time containing the urge to laugh. Then he keeps walking south. Let's continue. Donna shakes her head as she desperately tries not to be more curious about her little brother's cock. Then she runs after him. Wait for me. Wrath materializes her body alongside Lucien while Lust returns to his soul. No matter what those women are aiming for, they are so much looking forward to battles, so just by being close to them, it already improves our generation of demonic energy, let alone fight alongside them. Lucien realizes that whenever Wrath speaks, Donna lowers her head and keeps silent. That is not her usual way of acting, and it makes him upset. Don't you see that I'm having an alone time with my sister? He speaks in a neutral tone without even looking at Wrath. What the fuck is wrong with you? Wrath is confused by Lucien's reaction. She thinks it's an honor for people from a medium world to be hosts to the 7 great demons, so she expects them to be very respectful of him. Wrath already hates the way Lucien treats Pride, but now she is also upset with him for not respecting her. Lucien ignores Wrath, which just makes her more upset while Lust laughs at her in his mind. Stupid boy. She comments as she returns to Donna's soul. Donna is shocked by that scene. She thought Wrath was going to beat Lucien as she did to her several times, but it didn't happen. Why? Is she afraid of Lust or Pride? Or could she be scared of him? She thinks as she looks at Lucien again with a poker face. Lucien gently strokes her face. You are acting different. I don't like it. Donna slowly removes Lucien's hand from her face. We are all changing. That is inevitable because of us being connected to demons and because of the Bloody Rose. Oh, did Wrath tell you about it? Lucien smiles. At least she was honest about that. She is frank and does not try to manipulate others, although she likes provocations. In general, I like her very much, but Donna tries to look positive, but it is clear that something is making her uncomfortable. Did she beat you up? Lucien asks. Donna makes an embarrassed expression. How do you know? He chuckles. That's how you acted when you lost to Amelia in sparring sessions with swords. But you always managed to beat her in a rematch and get back to acting normally quickly. Hee hee. She giggles, still embarrassed. Amelia is very skilled with swords, but she can't beat me with just that. Lucien only now realizes how beautiful Donna is, especially when she makes a shy and embarrassed expression. He again caresses her face. What happened between you and Wrath? Donna puts while letting him caress her face because it feels good. She said that we would be like partners and decide everything together about our journey, but only if I beat or tie with her in a sparring session. While he is confused about something, she continues to explain. I thought I could do that, but whenever I try, she beats me so fucking easily. I thought that the combat power of the Sins would always be slightly below or equal to ours. He thinks aloud. Donna is even more embarrassed. I think that it is as you said. I feel like she is not as strong as I am, but she seems to know every move I'm going to make. No matter what I try, she always has a counter-attack and wins over me with skill and not strength. She said that I need to understand how our demonic energy really works so that I can get really strong. However, I haven't improved much since this started. Unlike everyone else who seems to be doing very well. Lucien can't resist the urge to hug his sister and pats her head. Don't worry about it, I'm sure you will soon beat her and shut her dirty mouth. Because am I awesome, right? Donna asks while she doesn't realize that she is smiling because Lucien's hug and pats are so pleasurable. Yes. He says and then brings his mouth close to her ear to whisper. And because I can make you even more awesome. Donna's embarrassment reaches one of the highest levels possible, but then she starts to laugh. Ha 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 ha. Are you really trying to seduce one of your sisters, Lucy? Lucien quickly tries to get away from Donna, but because he is hugging her, he is unable to move quickly to prevent her from kicking his leg. Thud. She is surprised that the sound doesn't look like it should be. She looks at his leg and realizes that purple energy is holding her leg, but that is not hard and just prevents her from hurting him. You really have mastered your demonic energy. She speaks while she is happy for Lucien being so powerful. He smiles. It acts alone often. I'm happy that it knows that it must not hurt my loved ones. Donna doesn't know what to say because she feels strange when Lucien says openly that he loves her. Then she walks again, but she doesn't realize that she is going in the wrong direction. Lucien laughs as he walks south. You're going the wrong way, sister. Donna runs to Lucien's side again and tries to make an honest expression. I knew that. Sure. He responds with a funny expression. She tries to keep a serious expression but ends up laughing, and he laughs with her too. They get everyone's attention as they laugh like a pair of silly siblings. Ha ha ha. Ah. Donna laughs until she is breathless. I thought our life was going to be a real shit after Father sold our souls to demons, but it looks like we can still be a little happy in this nightmare. Lucien hits his shoulders on hers, making her almost fall. Now we can really have some fun. Also, when we get home, we are going to kick our father's ass until his wives can no longer recognize him. Donna also pushes Lucien, making him almost fall while she laughs. I love that idea. He laughs too, and despite not being his intention, his beautiful smile makes Donna's body get warmer. His charm is not something he can really control as well as the growing unfamiliar feelings in her heart. Ahem. She tries to contain those feelings and calm her body. This is strange. We really changed, didn't we? Lucien shakes his head. I don't think we've really changed. How can we not? She asks. You look like a real demon while offering power in exchange for your own sister's chastity. He runs his hand through his hair near his horns. I think I look that, but that's not exactly due to lust and the bloody rose. Why do you think that? She asks as they continue walking. He explains. Our connection with the sins does not change our nature but rather intensifies it. They cannot force us to do or feel anything that we do not want. I was chosen by lust because there was no other option, but luckily we perfectly matched while you were chosen by wrath because she feels you were the right partner for her. We are like them whether we want it or not. Donna doesn't want to believe that, but she can feel it is true. Although she and Wrath's relationship is perfect, as she said, they like each other. Lucien continues. The bloody rose also works similarly. It intensifies all of our feelings quickly and ends up making us go crazy and explode with excessive chaotic energy. It doesn't sound good at all. She comments with a concerned expression. He nods. Yeah, that is pretty bad. But the sins already had a plan even before the contract. Maybe it will work, otherwise, we will find another way. Daisy is a vampire, and she may know more about it. Donna agrees. Then Lucien rests his hand on her shoulder. But until we resolve this, our feelings can get out of control. My demonic energy has helped me to control that, and so I also help Amelia. If you need it, I can help you without we going too far. She is thrilled that Lucien seems to care about her as much as she cares about him. Also, he seems to be much more mature, even than she. If I need help, I'll talk to you. She responds with an embarrassed expression. I will always be ready to help. He smiles back at her. Donna feels like making a joke and pushing his hand away, but she feels so good now and just wants to enjoy that moment. After a few minutes of walking slowly in silence, she begins to speak again. Lucy. If, as you said, we haven't changed and just our feelings are getting intense. Does that mean you were always a naughty boy? I think so. He responds quickly. She gets even more flushed by embarrassment. So. Did you do naughty things without us noticing? What kind of things? He makes a curious expression. She makes a thoughtful expression. Things. Like looking at your sister's ass in a perverted way. Lucien really wants to laugh, but he maintains a thoughtful expression. Why would I look at your ass? Because it is hot, of course. She rolls her eyes. He makes a curious expression and tilts his head back, taking a look at her ass. It doesn't look really hot to me. What? Donna pushes Lucien aside and stops walking while she tries to look at her own ass. You are not serious, my ass is hot. He again looks at her ass for a few seconds with a thoughtful expression. Nah, visibly, it doesn't look like a hot ass. Donna makes a confused expression. This. You must be thinking like that because Cassidy's ass is too fat, but anyone can see that my ass is really hot and sexy. I'm not sure. He speaks, clearly hiding his real thoughts. How could that beautiful round and perk ass not be so perfect? Not knowing how to prove to Lucien that her ass is hot, Donna looks around and sees a young fox. Boy looking at them while cleaning the street. All the men left in the village are now servants at the lowest possible social level. Hey, you. Come over here. She speaks in an authoritative tone, and although the fox. Boy is very scared, he forces himself to get in front of Donna and bend over until his forehead almost touches the floor. Lady. How can this humble servant be useful to you? He speaks while shaking and in no way looks at her body. Look at my ass, Donna speaks, shocking that boy to the soul. What? Why? The boy panics while sure his life is over. Aren't you going to do what I'm telling you? Donna asks as she is upset that the boy is not lifting his head. Lucien shakes his head at her with an expression of disapproval. Then he talks to the boy. Don't worry. We are Eve's siblings, so we can guarantee that you will not be punished. Also, it will not be disrespectful or offensive. Okay. The boy responds with a trembling voice, still terrified. He's really sure he's digging his own grave, but with no option, he does what they order him. Donna turns and quickly asks. My ass is so fucking hot, right? The boy would be really excited to see that wonderful ass, but now he can't see anything due to fear. But a strange purple glow catches his eye. Without Donna noticing, Lucien shakes his head with a severe expression at the boy, making his soul want to fly out of his body. Hey, aren't you going to answer this simple question? Donna turns and sees the boy shaking a lot while smelly yellowish liquid runs down his legs. The boy has never felt so confused in his life. He doesn't know whether to say that her ass is hot or not. He fears both Donna, Lucien, and Eve. But he quickly thinks of something as he stutters. M.M.myl.l.audi. I can't answer that. Why? She asks. The boy gathers all the courage he has left and looks at Lucien with a fake horny expression. Because I like men. I love big men, and only big cocks can satisfy my greedy asshole. Pfft. Lucien almost chokes as he starts to laugh. He did not expect that answer. Donna also feels like laughing even though she is upset because she didn't get the answer she wanted. She feels sorry for having forced the boy to do that. You can go. Take a bath, and don't pee yourself in public anymore, that's disgusting. The boy bows several times while walking backward. Then after several meters of them, he turns and runs away while crying. Donna sighs and looks at Lucien with a sad expression. That was horrible. Hashtag 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 hashtag. If you want to support me and read more than 150 chapters ahead, visit my Patreon. Patreon.com/LamentHief. You can also donate to my Ko-fi. ko.fi.com/LamentHief. Any donation helps me a lot and allows me to continue writing. Chapter 387. Your fault is to have a hot ass. You are listening at novelfull.audio. 5 years ago. Bam-pa. At the age of 15, Lucien does a sparring session with Donna in one of the courtyards of the mountain fortress. The sounds of wooden swords hitting each other echo together with the sounds of his heavy breathing. Although Donna is holding back more than half of her strength and speed, Lucien still fails to gain any advantage over her, yet he continues to try his best. Come on, Lucy. You can do better than that. She tries to encourage him while hitting him with the wooden sword. Only arduous training can help a person with not good talent. Ha! Ha! Lucien tries many movements he learned from watching Amelia. Still, he ends on the floor. He is lucky that his body is a little better than that of a normal person because otherwise, he would already have all his bones broken. Donna approaches Lucien and offers him a bottle of bright blue liquid. You fought well, drink this. He sits because he is too tired to get up. Then he shakes his head. No, this is yours. She opens his hand and forces him to pick up the bottle while smiling. It's fine, you can drink this one because I am getting too strong, and I don't need such things anymore. Lucien takes a sip of that blue liquid and feels invigorating energy run through his body, making him feel stronger. That is one of the many treasures that Michael gives him and his sisters, in addition to the bloody rose, which they do not know, of course. He looks at Donna with a grateful expression. You are really stronger. I, on the other hand, don't get any better. She ruffles his hair as she smiles. Hey, I'm your older sister, after all. Soon you'll be stronger, too. I hope. He starts to speak but then is silent when a shadow appears out of nowhere over them. Scree! A horrible sound echoes through the mountain fortress when Michael's sinister creature flies over that courtyard. The creature lands on one of the nearby buildings, and Michael jumps in front of Lucien and Donna. He sees Lucien on the floor drinking Donna's magic juice and is furious. Then Michael kicks him several meters away. Damn! You really are useless. Michael shouts at Lucien. As Lucien rolls on the floor, Michael goes towards him to kick him again, but Donna holds his arm. Don't do that, father. Insolent girl. Michael complains and pushes Donna back, using dark energy as he doesn't have the strength to confront her. All of his power is based on magic, and he even sacrifices his vital energy to gain more magical power. While Donna is thrown back and rolls on the floor, Michael arrives in front of Lucien and looks at him with an expression of disgust. You may have a slight tough body, but you don't have anything more special. This can only be your mother's fault, as she just had a pretty face. Lucien doesn't care that Michael speaks badly of him, but he is furious when someone speaks badly of his mother. So, he tries to kick his father's leg. Thud Lucien's kick is blocked by Michael's dark energy as he shakes his head. Stupid child. Then, while his leg still glows with dark energy, Michael prepares to kick Lucien so hard. But, he quickly turns around while hearing something behind him. Bam, however, he doesn't turn around in time to dodge Donna's punch. Michael is thrown back after her fist breaks his defenses and hits his face. Michael rolls on the floor while Lucien looks at Donna with admiration, respect, and gratitude. She extends her hand to him and helps him to get up while Michael recovers from that blow. He looks at both his children with a furious expression. I'm glad you're getting stronger this way, Donna. But I will have to discipline you. As Donna prepares to take another beating like the many she has already taken, Lucien stands in front of her and looks at Michael with a hostile expression. Despite that it seems useless because he is very weak, Donna feels good that Lucien wants to defend her. She hopes that one day he will be strong, and if she needs help, he is one of the few people she would accept that help from. She stands on his side while holding his hand. Together, Lucy. Lucien also feels very good about having Donna at his side. He loves Eve very much and will always see her as his big sis, but in a reckless fight, the best partner will always be Donna. So you guys want to be beaten together? It's okay from me. Michael says as dark smoke starts to revolve around his body. He tries to take a step forward but feels his body getting so heavy. Then he looks to the side with a shocked expression and sees Eve approaching him. Michael. Eve says while making a hostile expression. Drops of blood drip from her mouth, ear, and eyes as she tries to use her ability without having understood much about it or even having the physical strength not to suffer such side effects. Don't push yourself too hard, my daughter, Michael speaks while he is worried about Eve. He doesn't want his weapon to break by such reckless action by her siblings. Don't mess with my siblings, or I'll be forced to do that. She responds. Michael nods. It's all right, we can talk. Eve looks at Lucien and Donna and nods at them to get out of there. So she stops using her ability, making Michael able to move again. Say the shit you want. Eve speaks in an upset tone as Donna takes Lucien to Sophia. Then he leaves that courtyard. Lucien is happy to have powerful sisters who defend him, but he also feels that he will never be happy if he cannot protect them too. Now. Lucien smiles as he sees Donna making an upset expression. Many things have happened in their lives, but he doesn't think they have changed and just improved. He still loves all his sisters and sees Eve with his big sister, just as Donna remains the best partner in a fight. But now, he is no longer that weak boy. Now he can help and protect those he loves, and that's very pleasurable. He knows that helping Wrath get stronger is the right thing as it will make Donna and his whole family stronger. However, Lucien can't help but want to use all his abilities to empower Donna herself. And for that, to demonstrate how much he loves and respects Donna, he will have to tease her a lot. Oh. I think he was afraid to say that your ass is not really hot. Lucien comments as he and Donna watch the poor fox. Boy disappear between the houses. Donna looks at Lucien with an expression of denial. You know that is not true. Maybe. Lucien shrugs. But you can't be sure. She can't help but wonder if her ass is really sexy, as she always thought. Then she starts looking around, looking for another witness. I'm going to prove to you that my ass is fucking hot. Lucien sighs. That's not a good idea. People are scared of us, especially men, who are going through difficult times. Also, I don't want other people to be analyzing your ass, even if you're dressed. Ha. Donna provocatively smiles at Lucien. Is my little brother jealous? Have you been training a lot with Amelia? He teasingly smiles at her. You have no idea. Donna is embarrassed as she realizes that she cannot win him in a battle of smiles. However. Well. We have to resolve this because I don't like to leave matters unfinished. I said that my ass is hot, and you will have to understand that. It's a matter of pride. Lucien sighs again. I see. Well, then let's think about something. Maybe. She waits for him to say what he thinks, but he is silent as he just looks at her ass, making Donna curious. What? What did you think? Nah. That was a bad idea. He speaks while looking away as Lust praises his perfect performance. Donna gets even more curious and starts to shake him by the shoulders. Come on, Lucy, say what's in your dirty mind. Lucien pretends to be reluctant for a few seconds but then speaks. Okay. He looks at her ass with a thoughtful expression. Looking at your ass like that, it doesn't look hot to me, but maybe that's my fault, or better, due to the fact that I've seen many different asses recently. She nods. It makes sense. That is one more reason that makes me sure you are wrong about this. Just admit that my ass is very hot, and let's move on. He shakes his head. As you said, this is a matter of pride. I cannot admit anything without being sure. So. She makes a thoughtful expression. Then he raises his hands and makes a squeezing motion with his fingers. If my eyes are useless in this situation, you must let me feel it in order for me to reach a conclusion. Donna punches Lucien on the shoulder, and he doesn't dodge the blow. So it is what this is all about since from the start. Do you just want to touch my hot ass? Lucien makes a sad expression of a wronged victim. You cannot be serious. Before she reacts, he moves his arms forward, making an arc with them as if hugging someone. Then lust materializes in his arms, hugging him. He squeezes both of her perfect buttocks while showing that to Donna. See, I can play with this really hot ass all the time, so why would I want to touch your not really hot ass? Donna tries to understand what is really going on, but Lucien's actions and words make some sense. Maybe I'm overthinking about it. She crosses her arms as she imagines him touching her ass in that passionate way he's doing with lust. Will you be honest in your response, Lucy? Lucien slaps Lust on the ass, and she returns to his soul while pouting. Then he takes Donna's hand and puts it on his chest. I promise that I will be completely honest in my response. Donna feels Lucien's heart beat faster, which makes hers also beat faster. His scent is so damn good that she is getting addicted to it, and his body heat is very comfortable. She pushes him backward while getting flushed and embarrassed. Then she quickly turns around and tilts her wonderful ass. B.B.E.Q.Quick. Lucien looks around and realizes that no one is looking at him. People are so much afraid of him, Eve, and especially Donna. Then he takes a step towards her and positions himself in front of her body, so he has a good view of her ass, and she hides her face on his chest in embarrassment. Let's do it. Lucien says as he gently touches her ass with his open hand. Damn. He is surprised that her ass feels even better than he thought it would be. Her ass really seems to have the perfect shape and size, but it is also very firm, which is very good in a way different from the soft asses he is used to. He begins to squeeze that super hot buttock with his fingers while hugging her body and touching her other buttock with his other hand. That feeling is already wonderful, but that is even better because that is the ass of his beloved sister. A soft and cute moan escapes Donna's mouth, which makes her even more embarrassed. While Lucien gently strokes and squeezes her ass, he can't contain his excitement, and she ends up feeling something hard touching her waist. Are you going to take too long? She asks in a more timid tone than upset, and Lucien is increasingly addicted to that adorable side of her. Lucien makes a thoughtful expression as he analyzes her ass. Yes. You were really right. Your ass is so fucking hot. I could spend all day touching it. Donna feels really good about being right, and Lucien admitting that. She also feels very good about being hugged by him and even because he is touching her ass, but that situation is very weird. She pushes him back and materializes her great axe while making an expression at the same time angry and embarrassed. That was your plan, wasn't it? I should know you just wanted to do naughty things to me. Lucien smiles at her. This is also your fault. How can that be my fault? She asks. How could I resist wanting to touch that perfect and lovely ass of yours? He asks back. Hashtag 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 hashtag. If you want to support me and read more than 150 chapters ahead, visit my Patreon. Patreon.com/LamentHighEF. You can also donate to my Ko-fi. ko.fi.com/LamentHighEF. Any donation helps me a lot and allows me to continue writing. Chapter 388. Forbidden Fruit. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Donna looks at Lucien with an angry and embarrassed expression. Lucy. You manipulated me, you naughty brat. He can't help but smile even more as he sees her cute expression. You wanted me to admit that you're right, so I'm saying that your ass is fucking hot. Do you want to beat me for it? Why don't you? Donna doesn't know what to say as she points her axe at him. She can feel her body missing the warmth and smell of Lucien's body, and that makes her very confused. Lucien makes a sorry expression. I know what I did wasn't right, okay? I just wanted to tease you to see more of this cute side of yours. You are so adorable, Donna. Donna gets even more flushed and confused. She thinks she is angry, but in fact, she is just very embarrassed as she doesn't know how to deal with those unfamiliar feelings. Her axe disappears, and she turns around so he can't see her flushed face, and so she doesn't see his seductive smile. It won't end so easily. I'm going to talk to Eve, and she'll punish you. He sighs. You don't have to do that, okay? I know I'm wrong, so you can decide how I should be punished. I'll do anything to make up for my mistake. Shit. What's wrong with me? Donna thinks while she strangely feels no desire to punish Lucien. In fact, she wants him to hug her again. She looks at him and pouts. Anything. Sure. Just say it. He nods. Donna makes a thoughtful expression. I can't think of it right now, but you will have to do something for me. When I say it, you won't be able to refuse, all right? Lucien nods again as he smiles. Okay, I will not refuse it and anything else that my beautiful and cute sister wants me to do. Won't you stop teasing me? She asks as she jumps towards him with her fists ready. She thinks she wants to beat him now, but in fact, her body just wants to be in contact with him. Lucien jumps back and starts running south as Donna chases him. Both can't stop laughing at how ridiculous that situation looks and the fact that everyone around them is terrified. He doesn't like having to use flirting tricks to seduce her, but that's the only way to make her accept his help to get stronger. He knows that Donna does not want to accept crossing that line that siblings should not cross for various reasons such as her pride as his older sister, desire to protect him, and even fear that it will destroy their already good relationship. Well, it is not easy for anyone to develop romantic feelings for their siblings. Only Sophia really did grow such feelings for Lucien alone, or rather, her already familiar love for him just evolved to something even bigger. Amelia, on the other hand, developed such feelings for him due to her jealousy and desire to be loved. So, his other sister has no reason to develop those feelings. Yet, things are as they are. They need a lot of power, and Lucien will do everything for his sister's sake and happiness, even if it means having to seduce them to make them the strongest women in the universe. And well, that's not bad for them. In fact, while she runs after Lucien, Donna is having one of the happier days of her life, or rather, it's really the best one. Apart from some things that can improve, like having Naomi, Claire, and their mother with them, Donna is with her siblings while having fun, getting stronger, and discovering new feelings that she never thought existed in her heart. While wrath feels like rolling her eyes inside Donna's soul, she and Lucien run through the streets to the edge of the city. Then Lucien enters the apple field. He does not use his wings to fly, nor does he use more than half his speed to allow Donna not to lose sight of him. Donna manages to get near to him while they run different trails. She laughs with an excited expression. Ha ha ha. You're really fast, Lucy, but I'm going to catch you. You can try. Lucien smiles at her, then he increases his speed, also increasing the distance between them. Her eyes sparkle as she focuses her demonic energy on her body just as he does in battle. Donna boosts all her capabilities with energy and then jumps. Boom! A small crater is formed below Donna's feet as she flies towards Lucien. He sees and hears her coming from above him, but he doesn't try to avoid her. Bam! She falls on top of him, and they both awkwardly roll on the ground while she laughs. Ha ha ha. I said I was going to catch you. Ha ha ha. You really did it. He responds as they roll among the apple trees until they stop at a big one. Donna tries to regain her breath while not realizing the way she is on top of Lucien. But how could he not notice those amazing and firm breasts pressed against his chest? Ah. Huff. Ah. While having hard breathing, Donna also feels really good. Her face flushes, and she feels a strange warmth in her most private part while looking Lucien in the eye. Their faces are already very close, but Lucien reduces that distance even more while bringing his mouth closer to her red lips. Thump 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 thump. Donna's heart starts to beat faster than ever while she is in no doubt about what he wants to do, but rather if she can make her body refuse that. At that moment, she can understand how Sophia and Amelia could cross that sacred line between siblings. Damn! He is devilishly attractive. She can feel that her whole body craves his body more than anything she ever wanted in her entire life. However, she is not willing to abuse her little brother. Donna uses all the willpower she has to roll her body away from him, but their lips slightly touch in the process, and her body trembles with happiness before getting so frustrated by not having that feeling anymore. She rests her back on the big apple tree while looking away, still breathing heavily. Ah! You! Slow down to let me catch you, don't you? Lucien also leans his back against the trunk of the tree while he sits beside her. I just used a lot of demonic energy. I'm not very fast and strong without it. Donna giggles. Don't be so humble. He laughs and moves his arm toward Donna. She again becomes tense because she knows that her body does not want to refuse his affection, but she fears that she will not resist and ends up regretting ruining their sibling relationship. But Lucien doesn't hug Donna. He elbows the tree, and a big red apple falls into his hand, surprising her. He gently smiles at her as he offers her the apple. Donna smiles back and bites the apple still in his hand. So tasty. She comments as she closes her eyes and enjoys that delicious apple. Lucien is hypnotized by the movement of Donna's lips as she makes such an adorable expression. He really wants to kiss her and enjoy the apple juice dripping from her mouth along with her natural flavor. But he does nothing because he knows he cannot force their relationship. Her body already seems completely attracted to his, so he just has to wait for her to feel comfortable before taking the next step. As soon as Donna opens her eyes, she sees Lucien bite the apple in the same spot as her. Her lips seem to itch while she imagines that his kiss is certainly wonderful. Also, she can't help wondering if he can feel the taste of her mouth on the apple. That looks so wrong but so good at the same time. Definitely sinful. And actually, Lucien can taste the flavor of Donna's mouth on the apple very well, thanks to his very keen senses. He slowly tastes the apple while looking Donna in the eye. Really good. This is the best apple one have ever tasted. Yeah. The most. Tasty. Donna says while looking at Lucien's lips, also hypnotized. Her body burns with passion as her mind begins to cloud. Her growing desires can no longer be controlled just by will, and she begins to move her head towards his while her mouth begs for his lips. Lucien also moves his head toward hers, thinking that it is going better than he expected. In fact, everything looks just perfect. But things end up not being so simple. Donna makes a confused expression when wrath speaks in her mind. The vampire is peeking at you. Donna quickly looks north, where Daisy is watching them. Lucien sighs as his moment with Donna is easily ruined. He already knew that Daisy had been following them for a few minutes, but he didn't want to do anything about it because he imagines what she wants. Don't worry, Daisy just has something important to tell us. He explains to Donna. Why didn't she say it before? Donna makes an upset expression. She really is upset now, in body, mind, and soul. We have to ask that to her. He responds while waving to Daisy. Even from almost a mile away, Daisy realizes that she has been discovered and quickly floats towards them. Daisy lands in front of them then bow while making an expression of regret. I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to peek at you. While Donna keeps an upset expression, Lucien offers the bitten apple to the mature vampire. I believe you. Daisy makes a sad expression as she looks at the apple. Sorry, I don't like fruit. Lucien also makes a sorry expression. Oh, my bad. Lust told me that your race prefers blood. She nods. Yes, you must be used to Rose, who can feed on normal food and blood for being a half-vampire. But although I can eat other things, I only absorb nutrients from drinking blood. He makes a curious expression as he bites the apple and hands it to Donna. Forgive me if that sounds offensive, but I wonder how you can survive without drinking your husband's blood. Do you drink only from animals or? Daisy is not surprised that Lucien knows that she did not make the blood pact with her husband because she already understood that Rose loves him very much and would never hide anything from him. Only animals. She replies. It is not very good, but I have no choice. My husband is human and finds such things as drinking blood disgusting. I respect that. Daisy regrets saying those words. She quickly makes an imploring expression at Lucien. Please don't tell Rose about that. This is no one's fault, as differences between races will always exist. That doesn't make him a bad person. Lucien gets sick to think that some man finds it disgusting for a beautiful and perfect woman like Daisy to act naturally according to her nature. But he has nothing to do with Daisy's personal life either, so he nods. I'm not going to lie to Rose, but I have no reason to make trouble for you or make her hate her father. Daisy smiles at him. Thanks for that, Lucien. That's. Well, it doesn't make my life bad. But I'm glad Rose found a partner who fully accepts her and satisfies all her needs. I want the best for her because I really love her. Lucien smiles. Also, did you tell her that you were going to follow me? She again makes a sorry expression. I said I was going to hunt some squirrels to satisfy my thirst. But actually, you followed me. With the intention of telling me something, right? He asks. Daisy feels that Lucien knew she was going to follow him and even knows what she will say to him, which surprises her. She also noticed how upset he was when she talked about her husband not liking her vampiric peculiarities. Anyway, everything about him makes her more shocked and curious. All the people around him are fascinating, especially the Sins, but in the end, everything seems to revolve around him. Why do I feel this strange attraction to him? Not only him but the girl also. Have something familiar. She thinks, while she has no idea that the bloody Rose is divided inside Lucien and his sisters. Rose was going to tell her that, but Daisy just left to hunt squirrels. Meanwhile, Donna just enjoys her apple while looking at Daisy with a still upset expression. Hashtag 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 hashtag. If you want to support me and read more than 150 chapters ahead, visit my Patreon. Patreon.com/LamentHief. You can also donate to my Ko-fi. ko.fi.com/LamentHief. Any donation helps me a lot and allows me to continue writing.